when we don't take care of our prefrontal cortex by doing our best with what we put in our body, what we do with our body, and what we think. So in the middle is this little area called the amygdala. It's only about the size of an almond. But that part, the wonderful part of your brain, it's there to protect you. When there is a crisis, it shuts down our prefrontal cortex, which our prefrontal cortex is the part that keeps us calm. We have good critical thinking. We're able to be creative and we're able to have fun. So we want that to fire off. But if there's a real crisis, this little amygdala is our fight, fight, or freeze. And when there's a real crisis, prefrontal lobe shuts down and you either run, right, fight, hold still to be safe, or move forward to protect, right? It's the same part of your brain that you hear when somebody's on the news and you hear somebody say, wow, you're a hero, you know, you saved that person. And the person that usually is being interviewed usually says something like, no, I'm not a hero. I just did what anybody would do, right? And the reason why they're saying that is they didn't think about it. Their frontal lobe shut down and they moved forward to help someone. The problem with the amygdala is it doesn't always know the difference between a negative thought and something and a real crisis happening. So when we worry a lot, when we have negative thoughts, we can overactivate the amygdala, and that causes anxiety, because when there's a real crisis, prefrontal lobe shuts down and you move forward or you freeze or you go, right? But when there's not a real crisis, when it's just a thought, that's kind of anxiety, because it doesn't know what to do. It goes, what do we do? What do we do? Because oftentimes we're thinking about something that's not happening. So we can't do anything about that. So what we want to do when that happens is take care of our brain so that we can get the frontal lobe working, right? And we do that by being mindful. We're going to do a little mindful activity later today. At the end, we'll do a meditation, which gets this working. But usually if we can bring ourselves to our senses, what we're feeling, what we're seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, feeling, then we get that frontal lobe working again, and that helps us calm down. And sometimes just by taking deep breaths. But how do we just take care of ourselves so that we're at working? So one of the things, I don't know if there's something we can do, but this meeting is being recorded. It's blocking the whole, I don't know if you see that, but on mine. Okay, got it. I just need to know. So yeah, so let's go from there to the next slide, please. Yeah, so one of the things that helps the chemistry of our brain is what we do with the body. And we've heard endorphins is one of the chemicals we think of with that. But it also affects all of the others. So what we do with our body helps maintain a healthy brain. And what we do with our body is not just exercise. We know exercise helps, but it's getting outside and getting sunshine. It's spending time with friends and family and loved ones and people that are positive. We want to be around positive energy. It's getting good sleep. That helps our brain to be healthy. So most of us need 8 hours of sleep a night to do well, having good sleep hygiene. So what we're doing with our body can make a big difference in the health of our brain. So it's not just exercise, it's where we spend our time, it's how we spend our time. Making sure that we're enjoying ourselves is really important to have a brain. So the other thing is what we put in our body. And so what we put in our body could be healthy food, it could be supplements, it can be herbs, it can be drugs, which are legal or illegal. These are the things we put in our brains. Some of these things hurt our brain, some of them help them, right? So the food we choose can make a big difference. Foods that are complex carbohydrates, packaged foods that have lots of preservatives, caffeine, sugar, these things can be hurtful. So alcohol, illegal drugs, if it's not prescribed by a doctor, these things can sometimes hurt our brain and not help it to be at its best capacity. So what we want to do, have a nice calm brain, is we want to have a good healthy diet, high in omega-3s. Omega-3s help calm the brain. And so if you are having good omega-3s, which is like salmon is really great, eggs are great, walnuts are great, avocado's good, flaxseed. If you're a vegan, you can do, the walnuts and avocado and the flaxseed. And I like thinking about not what you want to stop doing, but think about what you are going to do. Because especially with food, it's kind of crowding out is a better way to approach it than telling yourself you can't have something. The brain doesn't like to be told that it can't. It likes to know what it can. So if you say, I'm going to eat more omega-3 foods, or I'm going to eat more fruits and vegetables, which are antioxidants, help kind of cleanse out the things that aren't good for us that we ingest, because we all enjoy some things that aren't the best for us, right? I think Andrea has a slide on the next one that shows the good things. So nuts are really good for us, fruits and vegetables. There's a picture there of rice cakes, and you can put fun stuff on that, fruits, vegetables, nut butters, using dark chocolate rather than a milk chocolate. And if you can find one that is sweetened with something other than granulated sugar, that's really good too. Choosing to use vegetables to dip into guacamole or hummus, these kind of small changes can make a big difference. And we're just looking for small changes. We all are capable of changing our habits, but we do better when we do little changes at a time and hold them for at least 21 days, part of our regular life, and then make another small change. So just choosing some different foods, not telling yourself what you don't want to do, but tell yourself what you want to do. I'm going to eat more fruits and vegetables. I'm going to drink more water. What you put in your body, you can take omega-3 supplements. You can talk with your doctor about supplements. Make sure that you're not low on vitamin D or vitamin B. These being deficient in these areas can give you symptoms of depression and anxiety sometimes. You have to be careful about that. So make sure that you're putting things in your body that make you feel good. Herbal teas. Make sure caffeine, try to avoid it 12 hours before bedtime. It's in your system for about 12 hours. Or when you're studying and you're tired, rather than going for the caffeine, you still need that sleep to do well on that test. Have fruits and vegetables, have a little bit of dark chocolate, have it earlier in the day so that you're energizing yourself by maybe taking a walk, getting some exercise, getting some fruits and vegetables. That'll help you have the energy to do well in your tests and in your studying, but won't hurt you when you go to lay down at night and get the good rest that you're going to need to do well. All right, let's go to the next place. And this is just another example of, what's good. Water is great. The best thing you can drink is water, right? Fruits and vegetables, herbal teas are good for you. Try to avoid the sodas which have caffeine in them, the coffee, alcohol. And make sure that your alcohol is a downer. So if you're suffering from depression, the worst thing you can do is have alcohol. A lot of people think, well, then they're taking that to relax, but later it really is a depressant, so it can cause the brain to not feel well and your body not. So think about what you want to add in, not what you want to take. So the other thing is thoughts, and we don't realize this much, but we can really get caught up with anxiety with what's called negative thought processes. And the way we think actually affects the chemistry of our brain. And it can sometimes be one of the things that we have to challenge ourselves with in terms of changing. So, and I talked about it earlier, that amygdala in the middle sometimes doesn't know the difference between something happening that's bad that it needs to react to and a negative thought. So what we do when we're having negative thoughts is kind of bring yourself to your senses. You can take deep breaths, look around the room, see what you see what's really happening. Tell yourself, mention where you're at, feel the temperature of the air, listen to what sounds you're hearing, and kind of bring all of your senses, and I like it because it's coming to your senses and using your senses. Open up that frontal lobe, open that up, and that's firing off. Then you're able to be creative, you're able to have good critical thinking, you're able to be calm, you're able to enjoy yourself. And learning is supposed to be fun, right? It is fun when everything's working out. So we want to bring ourselves to being mindful of where we're at. And it's okay to recognize the thought, and sometimes you can even be positive about it, like say something like, wow, I'm really creative. And you're making up a story in your mind about something you're fearful of in the future that hasn't happened, right? And say, wow, I'm really creative, but that's not happening right now. And then bring yourself to what's really happening, really start. So we can go to the next slide. So what we want to do is always kind of just think about, what choices can I make? What am I doing with my body? What am I putting in my body? And what are my thoughts? And making little changes in each of those areas can help you to be healthier. And it's just little tiny changes. And then once you incorporate a change and it becomes part of your regular routine, because we're all able to change habits, but it takes practice. So practice, doing new habits. And then once you have that down and you're like, oh, I feel a little bit better, then you make another little change until you kind of find out what works best for you. And we're all more alike than we are different, but we are still bio individuals. So what works great for one person, maybe something else works great for another. So in general, you just need to figure out what is going to help you be healthy. Go to the next slide. Does anybody have any questions about those? Anything I just talked about? Okay, so I think what
I see one question here that I was sent in the chat. What is the difference between mental health therapy and meditation exercises?
Yeah, so mental health so meditation is a way to calm the brain, and we're going to do a meditation exercise after we finish answering a couple questions. And it is a way to calm the brain, and it can be done in just a couple minutes, or you can do up to 30 minutes of meditating or longer if you'd like. But mental health therapy is actually a treatment process, and there's lots of different types of theory in terms of approaches to mental health therapy, but mental health therapy is a safe place for you to go talk about any trauma that you have or any experiences that you're having that affect your mental health. And it gives you a place to talk about it, and also you're continuing to learn about tools and things that you can do to help yourself. And it's kind of, you get support in making these changes to your thoughts, physical health, in terms of what you're putting in your body and what you're thinking. But you also have, and what you're doing with your body, but you also have a chance to share things that maybe you don't talk to other people about because you're worried that you might be judged by that. Or it was very traumatizing and you really need to have a professional to help you work with it. That's the difference there. So it's very different. Therapy is a longer process. We offer short-term therapy at Queston.
And the other question is, what is the difference between mindfulness and meditation?
That's a good question. Meditation is a mindfulness experience because meditation is normally bringing you to the here and now. And that's what mindfulness is. It's like, it's being in the present. And when we think about, being in the present, the kind of present has two meanings, right? The here and now and gift. And oftentimes when we're in the past, we are thinking about something that happened that hurts us and we can't change it. So it brings us sadness. Sometimes we have thoughts about the past and it was a pleasant memory and it makes us smile and we feel good, or it makes us laugh. But a lot of times the brain loves to solve problems, so it'll think about something in the past that we can't change, and then we're kind of revisiting that grief. The other thing that we tend to do is we tend to be too far in the future. We're trying to predict it and we can't. And when we try to predict the future, we're often anxious. It's that amygdala starts going off, going, what is that happening? It's, no, that's not even happening. We don't even know what's going to happen. When we bring ourselves to the present, that's being mindful. Because when we are in the present, in the here and now, we can make a decision and do something about it. Even if that is, I'm feeling kind of anxious, or I'm falling asleep while I'm trying to study, and maybe the future goes off to this anxious thing and it goes, oh no, that means I'm not going to do good on my test. Wait a minute, that doesn't mean that. That means right now I need to do something about feeling tired while I'm studying. Maybe I need to have a snack, some fruit, or maybe I need to go take a walk and get fresh air, okay? So when we are in the present and being mindful of what's happening in the here and now, a decision to help us with what's happening. We can't solve something that may or may not happen in the future, and we can't solve something that's already happened. That's mindful.
The last question we have in the chat is, can we manage a trauma with meditation, or do I need therapy?
Meditation helps. It's a survival skill. It helps us be calm in the moment. But if we have a trauma that is hurting us and has caused extreme grief, it is most helpful to have therapy. Yeah, usually helpful to have a professional. Meditation will help you. Will help you at what? The more you do it each day, it lasts longer and longer through your day to keep you calm. But normally, trauma is a wound. And if we don't do something to actually heal that wound and treat it, then it sort of keeps coming back and saying, hey, I need help here. So just like any other time when we have a wound, external wound, we're very nurturing towards it. We also need to nurture our internal wounds, and we can do that.
Other question, are pills safe to reduce stress?
I'm sorry, can you say that question again?
Are the pills safe to reduce stress?
Are pills, is that what? Okay.
Any pills?
There are medications prescribed by a doctor that can be safe, but it is important that you meet the doctor and talk with them if you're feeling like you need medication to reduce stress. There are lots of other things that we just talked about, and there's lots of research that shows that what we do with our bodies, what we think, and what we put in our bodies can reduce our stress. So, and there are herbal options too that you can use that are over the counter that are safe. But even then, I would always talk with your doctor to make sure you check to make sure that there isn't any medical conditions happening that's contributing to your stress or anxiety. Because the problem is there's a lot of physical illnesses that have the same symptoms as stress and anxiety, and vice versa. So if we're having stress or anxiety at the level, depression, that we feel like we need medication, it's really important to meet with the doctor and get blood work done and make sure that you're getting the right treatment for the right problem. Because may not be that you may have any symptoms of depression and anxiety, but it's really a result of a physical. We always want to double check with that, but yes, medications can be helpful and safe under the right conditions and the supervision of a doctor.
You don't have more questions. Do you want to proceed with the resources or with the exercise?
I think we will do the meditation and then we'll go over resources. Does that sound good? Or do we want to do resources and then meditation? I think maybe, does everybody want to get relaxed first and then we can talk about resources? Okay. So I'm going to guide you through a visualization meditation. There are lots of different meditations, and when we share resources, we have on our website resources for sites where you can find guided meditations and different types of meditations to help you. But tonight I'm going to walk you through a visualization. And so if everybody can just take the time to just get comfortable in your chair and feel your feet on the ground. We always want to be grounded and kind of see ourselves as grounded to the earth. So feel your feet on the ground. Let your shoulders drop and relax. And to start, we're going to take 3 deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. When we breathe in through our nose, we're going to hold it in our abdomen, feeling our belly button kind of touching through the back of it, our spine. We're going to hold it there, and then we're going to let out as much air as possible. Visualize bringing in healing air, and when you let as much of that air out as possible, visualize yourself letting go of anything that you don't need in your body, tension, thoughts, feelings, anything that's not going to be helpful for you as you go through the next couple weeks for your finals. So we're going to do that 3 times, and then I will be guiding you through. You can either close your eyes during the meditation if you feel safe where you're at to do that. If you feel like it's uncomfortable for you to close your eyes, then don't stare intently at something, but just gaze off softly in the distance, okay? And we'll be going through, it'll take just about 10 minutes for us to do that. So here we go. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. Feel yourself sinking down into your chair. Feel your shoulders dropping and relaxing. Let your hands just set down on your lap softly, or let them dangle along your side. And then just imagine there's a light beaming down over your body. And choose the color of the light. Choose a color that feels comforting and warm and soothing for you. Just see that warm, comforting, soothing light beaming down over your body. And as you feel that warm light, just imagine that you can open the top of your head like a lid. Just open that lid. Now let that warm, soothing light penetrate all the way through your body down to your toes. Wiggle your toes and feel the warmth in your feet. Feel that warm, soothing light circling around your feet, loosening up any tension. Feel it swirling around your ankles. And feel the warm, soothing light moving around your calves, swirling, relaxing them. Swirling around your kneecaps. And see it's swirling and moving up and down your thighs. Feel the warmth and feel your legs getting heavier, your feet pounded into the ground. See that warm, soothing light swirling your buttocks area. See yourself feeling heavy in your chair. The warmth, pelvic area. Feel that warm, soothing light swirling around your abdomen. Relaxing, it's soothing, warm. See it illuminating through your whole lower body. See it moving up and down your spine, lifting up your vertebrae. Feel the warmth moving up and down your spine. See the illuminating light. Take another deep breath into your abdomen and let it out. Feel yourself getting heavier in your chair and see that warm light circling around your heart, soothing your heart, comforting it, just swirling around it. See it move up your chest and see it moving from shoulder to shoulder. Shoulders drop, feel the warmth in your shoulders. Feel that warm light. See it dropping down into your fingertips. Feel the warmth in your hands. In your hands. And see that warm light swirling around your wrist. And your forearms, feeling more and more relaxed. Feel the warmth through your elbows. That warm, soothing light moving up and down your biceps, upper arm, your shoulder all the way down. Feel your arms getting heavier. Feel them warm and relaxed. See that light moving up and down your neck, the crown of your head, up and down, relaxing that area. Feel the warmth. If your mind wanders, just bring it back. That's normal. Okay. See that warm light swirling around your throat area. Soothing any knots that you feel there. The warm, soothing feeling of the light. And see that light moving along your jawline from ear to ear, swirling back and forth, in your jawline. Place your tongue on the roof of your mouth and let your jaw relax. Feel the warmth. Feel it traveling up cheeks, nose, and your mouth. Feel it all relaxed and warm and lit up with light. Get lighting up eyelids and feel your eyelids relaxing. More and relax. Feel your ears relaxing, lit up with that illuminating light. And just feel that light moving across back and forth your forehead. Get relaxing it. Warmth all through your body. See that light swirling around your head, whole crown. Just loosening any tension. Notice your entire body illuminating, warm, comforting, light. While that lid is still open, go ahead and let any thoughts, feelings, anything, emotions won't serve you well throughout the next couple weeks. Go ahead and see those evaporating out the top. Let them go. Let them escape. Let them go. All that warm light remains in your body to heal and soothe. Go ahead and close that lid. And now, 3 more healing breaths. Once again, breathing in healing air, and when you breathe in the air, imagine that light just getting brighter and warmer. And when you let go of the air, imagine yourself letting go of any leftover tension, thoughts, won't help you throughout the next. Target. Allow yourself to enjoy the time you've given yourself. Be here this evening to care for yourself. Just take the time, ready. How's everyone doing? Any reaction? Were we able to do that? How did that feel? I see some hearts.
Sure, if you can see the chat, but some people is saying that this is much needed, that they feel pretty good, relaxed. We need some more meditation exercises.
Yes, and that took us 10 minutes. So you can see how mindfulness, just taking a 10-minute break to care for yourself and bring yourself to the present, can really do a lot for your central nervous system to help reset your body, your brain, and calm you down so that you can be present and that frontal lobe can have good critical thinking and be able to be creative and feel calm.
Thank you, Tanya, for sharing.
Yeah.
I know you will be here till the end. If some of the students have some more questions, or if you have some more questions later, you can just email us to studenthealthcenter@cuesta.edu. So it brings us to the next slide, and the last one, that we have some resources available. We always want to share our website, because there you can find a variety of resources and online digital tools that you can use anywhere, anytime. So for example, we have Cuesta Campus Well. It's a free online magazine the students can use to find recipes, fun recipes, exercises, meditation exercises, yoga exercises, breathing exercises, and a lot of content that you can find anytime. It is available on our website. Also, we have Wellness Central on Canvas that you can explore, of course, when you log in using your Canvas. We have MindWise. It's a behavioral health screening. You can actually take a screening online and see if you have any mental health issue. And also it will, besides the results, it will also bring you some resources that you can use, or it will recommend if you need to see a therapist, or if you need just more exercise, or maybe having more social network connections. And the most famous in the last days is the relaxing room. There you will find more exercises that like the one we just had today, and also other resources that are available on our website. So if you go to our website, cuesta.edu, and then you go under, let me see, under current students, current students, helpful resources, then you go to the Student Health Center. I'm not sure if the screening is sharing this. Can you see the website? No, you're just in.
No, it's not clicking.
Let me just pause the share. Oh, you have to share it again. Okay, here it is. So again, under current students, helpful resources, and then you will see the Student Health Center. Here you can see how to schedule appointments, news and events like the one today. You will find all the information here about us and our services. And Campus Well is where you will find a variety of tool and digital tools that we have for all the students, as the photography contest, the educational repository, and the relaxing room. Here is where you will find yoga routines, guided meditation, body scan meditation, breathing exercises, and more. Okay, so if you have any question, again, all our contact information is here on our website. Feel free to email us, call us, and we will be here for you. Thank you very much to everyone today. It was a pleasure to share this safe space with all of you, and stay well.
Any questions before we go?
I will share the link again just to make sure everyone is signing in to receive the $25 gift card, just in case someone missed it. And I will share the link with our website, and there you will find also the presentation, today's presentation, and the recording of this video. Thank you, Tanya.
You're welcome. Any last minute questions before we go? All right, well, it was nice being here with all of you this evening. Good luck on your finals, and be really proud of yourself for sticking it out and being here. You can do this. All right, take care.
Thank you.
Okay.